Children, today we are going to learn Standard 6 Subject Maths Chapter number 7 Symmetry. What is the mean by symmetry? Symmetry means that is a two equal parts. Two equal parts, that is known as a what? Symmetry. Suppose if we are talking about these two scale, so this scale and this scale, if we have to keep here, so they are the exactly overlap, equal to overlapping. This is known as a what? Symmetry. Now next example for here, take this paper. If this paper, if we fold like this way, so what we got? This paper half equal part. So this one is a what? Half equal part overlapping to each other. So now whatever this line, this is a line is known as a symmetry axis. Now second way, if we fold like this way this paper, so this one is the another symmetry axis. So this paper, if you open, you will get this line. This is known as a what? Symmetry axis. Now next example, I take this leaf. This leaf, if we fold, so they are the overlap to each other. That means exactly overlapping. So whatever the middle part, this whatever this inner leaves in middle part, that is known as the what? Symmetry axis. Now let me see what is given in your textbook. So what is the mean by symmetry axis? The line which makes the two equal parts of their figure. This line is known as the axis of a symmetry. For example, I take the letter H. So this is the letter H. If I drawn here in a middle way, so this is also known as a symmetry axis. Similarly, if we draw this way horizontally, they are the exactly overlap. So this is known as a what? Symmetry axis. If a symmetrical figure gets divided by an axis in the figure into two parts of the figure exactly on each other, its symmetry is called the reflection symmetry. Now come to the practice set 20, question number 1. Draw the axis of symmetry of each of the figures below. Which of them has more than one axis of symmetry? This means what? In some figure having the only one axis of symmetry and some figures having the more than one. For the example, in this first figure, so in this first figure, if we draw like this way symmetry axis, so in this first figure only one symmetry axis, so they are the exactly overlap to each other. So this is known as a symmetry axis. Now come to the second figure. Second figure is given the triangle. If we draw from here, so this one is known as a symmetry axis, and if we draw from this side, this is also known as the symmetry axis, and from this side also we draw the symmetry axis. So here is how many axis of symmetry? More than one, that is what? 3. So in this figure more than the one axis of symmetry. Now come to the third figure. So in third figure we have to draw only one axis of symmetry. So this line is known as a symmetry of axis. Similarly, come to the question number 4. In a question number 4, we have to draw one symmetry axis like this way, and the second way if we draw like this way. So this is the more than one symmetry axis. So in how many figure we draw the more than one? So figure number 2 and figure number 4, there are the more than one axis of symmetry, and figure number 1 and figure number 3 there is a only one axis of a symmetry. Question number 2. Write the capital letters of the English alphabet in your notebook. Try to draw axis of a symmetry. Axis of a symmetry. Which ones have an axis of symmetry, and the which have a more than one axis of a symmetry. Again, in this question, what is the given? We have to write all the alpha letters of English alphabet. So we can start from A, B, C, D. We write that alphabet. In that we have to show how many symmetry of axis. For example, take the letter A. So this is the letter A. If we draw here only, we will get this symmetry of the axis. So this is the here in this A only one symmetry of axis. Now come to B letter. So this is the letter B. So how many symmetry axis here in the B also? There is a one symmetry axis. Now for the C letter, this is the C letter. In the C letter is also one symmetry axis. Now what about the D? Write the letter D. In the D is also one symmetry axis. Now write the E letter. So this is the E. In the E, how many symmetry axis? So in the E also only one symmetry axis. Now come to the letter F. So in the F there is a no axis be drawn. So what, there is a no axis of a symmetry in a letter F. Similarly, write the G. If we write the G letter, in the G we are not able to draw any one of the axis symmetry. Now come to the write the H letter. So this is the H. In a H, here is the one symmetry axis. Now this way, and the second way is this way. So in the H letter, more than one axis of symmetry. Now write the letter I. So this is the I. In the I is also this symmetric axis, and this way also one symmetry axis. So in a letter H and letter I, more than one axis of a symmetry. So whatever the afterwards, you can do it your homework. So this is the here how we have to draw the axis of a symmetry. Now thank you very much.